All right. So let's start by noticing the breath. Noticing the quality of your breath. If it's shallow or deep. Quick or slow. Notice if it catches anywhere and where it's smooth. We're going to find an equal part breath. So first, just trying to smooth out your breath. So as you inhale, see if maybe the beginning of the inhale and the end of the inhale can be the same quality. There's no, more force on one part than the other. Just equal all the way through. And then same with the exhale. Nice, smooth, not letting it all out at once. And then I invite you to see if you can make your inhales and exhales the same length in time. So if you inhale for the count of 4, maybe you exhale for the count of 4. And for some, it can create some anxiety to count. So if that is you, just breathe evenly. No need to count. Nice and smooth. So a few of my classes this week have been focused on the fall equinox, which started on Wednesday. Fall is nature's lesson in letting go. Even in the height of the harvest bounty, the signs of change are imminent, and the leaves turn colorful and fall, and the weather shifts. It's a chance for appreciation of the bounty of summer and for preparation for the demands of winter. As such, the fall equinox is a sign to let go of what you don't need, then to stock your metaphorical cellar. A few more rounds of breath here. Even as we delight in the harvest and the fruits of summer, we know we need to store up energy for the winter ahead. In this class, there will be opportunity to practice letting go, turning inward, and stocking up energy. A few more rounds of breath. I know I already said that. A few more rounds. All right, then let's make some small movements in fingers and toes. Rolling around wrists and ankles. Right, and if you're not already there, let's come down to the earth onto our backs. First, we'll just start windshield wipering the feet. or the knees, excuse me, from side to side. So feet are mat distance apart and just allowing the knees to drop from side to side. Remember to listen to your body. Only do what's comfortable for you. If we come into a shape that does not feel right, please feel free to come out. Find a resting shape and then join us again when you're ready. All right, so feet are gonna walk towards each other. And we're gonna come into wind relief pose. This is to our prepare for hand to big toe, which we will find variations of along the way. So let's hug the right knee in towards the chest, activating the right foot. Then perhaps you extend the left leg long on the earth and see where it's more comfortable to send the right knee. Is it towards the chest or towards the right armpit? Maybe if you want, you find some circles here rather than just holding on to the pose. Then we'll go the opposite direction if you're making circles. All right, and then we'll switch over to the other side, hugging the left knee in, activating the left foot. Right leg comes long if it's comfortable. And again, where do you want to send the knee? Any movements you want to make? All right, let's return to that first side, hugging the right knee in. Right, and then from here, if it's comfortable, extending the left leg long. What we're going to do is we're going to send the low back down towards the earth. So think pushing it down. And then if your leg is long, maybe you lift it up an inch or two off the earth. Feel the core engage a little bit. And if you wish, maybe you will lift the head and shoulders up off the earth. All right, one more round of breath here. And then we're going to switch, trying not to touch the earth with the feet. If it gets to be too much for the shoulders, feel free, or the neck, feel free to put the head down. All right, let's switch to the first side. A little bit of core work to get it in before we move on. Switch again. One more on each side, switch to the right. And switch to the left. Lowering the head and shoulders, let's hug the knees in. Maybe you rock from side to side, make circles in the knees. All right, let's place the feet on the earth. And then whenever you're ready, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. And then gently making your way up to seated. All right, so once you're seated, we'll just start off finding some circles in the body. Maybe they're big circles, little circles, whatever feels right for you. Going in the opposite direction if you haven't already. All right, coming back to center. And then we'll find a gentle twist. So right hand to the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to turn. So nothing too much, just gentle here. Check in with the body, find your breath, connect with your breath. Really trying to stop saying find. It's not lost. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to come back to center, and then turning to the other side. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale to turn. It's one of those things that yoga teachers say. Find your breath, open your heart, root your feet. Find space in your body, like outer space. All right, inhale, lengthen, exhale, coming back to center. We're gonna bring the feet wide on the mat and windshield wiper knees from side to side. All right, let's make our way right into a tabletop pose. So knees are underneath the hips, wrists underneath the shoulders. Remember to grip your fingers into the earth, cup your hands. So if you have wrist issues today, I know I get it sometimes too, because I have an old injury in a wrist. You have an option to place either your hand on a block or find a fist on the earth. Okay. So then from here, we're just going to find some cat-cow, round the spine, tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. And then moving in the opposite direction, shoulders roll back and down the spine, tailbone reaches up towards the sky. Let's move a few times through cat and cow. All right, making your way back to tabletop pose. Find some C shapes here. So allowing the hips to come over to the left side, looking over the left shoulder. On your inhale, coming back to center, and exhale over to the other side. Just moving at your own pace. Coming back to center. All right, we have thread the needle. So we'll do a little something before we come into it. So first, let's bring the left arm up towards the sky. Okay, and then you're going to either keep the left arm up or send it towards, left hand towards the hip, maybe the low back, maybe it reaches around towards the front of the right thigh. Okay, so you're going to keep rotating to the side, rotating the rib cage. And then if it's comfortable for you, dropping the right ear towards the right shoulder. Gently allowing your head to come back to center And then either thread the needle, or, if thread the needle doesn't feel good, you're going to find a stretch across the front. So thread the needle, scooping the left arm under. And then you find your variation that feels good here. Just check the left shoulder. Is it close to the ear? Send it more towards the knees. Sink and settle. So see if you can let go of tension. Letting go of anything you feel like you don't need. Maybe something served you in the past and it just doesn't serve you anymore. Imagine allowing it to go with your exhale. Maybe even placing it on a leaf and watching that leaf slowly float away. All right, wherever you are, bringing your right knee to the earth, the foot is out to the side, bringing the right hand under the right shoulder, pushing into the right hand to unravel the left hand. All right, so from tabletop, we'll find that stretch once again. Right arm reaches up towards the sky, and then we're gonna send the right hand to the right hip, low back, maybe it wraps around. Each side is different. Rotating the rib cage to the right side, and then maybe allowing the left ear to come down towards the left shoulder. And trying not to collapse all your weight into your right hand or left hand. And gently bringing the head back to center. Releasing the right arm back up towards the sky. And then scooping the right arm under, finding thread the needle or your shoulder stretch on the other side. So this side might look different from the first side, that's okay. Listen to your body. Think and settle. All right, slowly allowing the left knee to come down if it's out, left hand under the left shoulder. Push into the left hand to unravel. Back to your tabletop. All right, and then we're gonna give the wrists a bit of a break, shifting forward, tuck the elbows lower all the way to the earth. Up, baby cobra. Shoulders roll back and down the spine. Tuck the elbows. Reach the legs away and then push the tops of the feet down to the earth. Lift the heart. So we're still looking down. If you want to make it a little bit more challenging, maybe you take the hands up off the earth. And exhale to lower. We're going to make our way back into our tabletop pose. And then back into child's pose. So any variation of child's pose that feels right for you and your body. If your forehead doesn't make it to the earth, maybe you find stacked fists underneath the forehead. Noticing your breath here. And settle into stillness. Save up your energy in this rest. All right, let's make our way to tabletop. One more thing from table, our tiger pose. So in our tiger pose, we're going to keep the right knee bent and send the right foot up towards the sky. We drop the belly button down towards the earth, kind of like we would in a cow pose. Roll the shoulders back and down the spine and really push that foot up towards the sky. So you should be able to feel it here, hopefully in the right glutes. If not, squeeze the right glute. All right, let's find a little bit of a crunch here, rounding the spine, sending the knee in towards the nose. Pull the belly button in, push the earth away using your hands. Back into your tiger pose, send the foot up towards the sky. Into that crunch, knee towards the nose. One more time, let's send the right foot up. Around the spine, knee to nose. Back into your table. All right, other side, to the left foot up towards the sky. So again, really try and squeeze that left glute. Activating the left foot, that helps push the sky away. And then around the spine, knee to nose. Nice and slow, take your time. Finding tiger. The tiger is lost. All right, around the spine, knee to nose. Oh dear. Back into your tiger pose, our last one, send the foot up. Around the spine, knee to nose. And find tabletop. Shifting your weight forward one more time, tuck the elbows and lower. All right, so maybe it's baby cobra, or maybe it's bringing the hands out to the side. So you're making like 90-degree angles here with the arms, fingertips to the floor. So we're tenting our hands. Tops of the feet push down to the earth, lift the heart. If you want, you can make a little bit of movement here. Maybe you dip one shoulder down, like right shoulder down, look towards the left. And making your way through center and over to the other side. Whatever feels good. You might be baby cobra, may even be in sphinx pose. So where do you feel like you need to be? One more round of breath. And gently lowering to the earth. We'll make our way into a tabletop pose. Let's send the right knee forward between the hands. We're going to come into low lunge. Right knee is over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. Okay, so something we've been working on the last little while to really activate the muscles is to find the four corners of the right foot. So big toe mound, baby toe mound, inner heel, outer heel. So you want to push those four corners down, activate the right foot so your inner arch of your right foot is coming up. All right, and then we're going to lift the arms. If your left foot is on the earth, push the top of the left foot down towards the earth. And then imagine a little more if you want, imagine that your right ankle and left knee are drawing in towards each other. So that's you're squeezing towards center to lift. All right, exhale. Let's bring the hands down. If you have blocks nearby, feel free to grab the blocks. Sorry, I should have mentioned that before. All right, and then we're going to just move back. So the blocks will be extensions of our hands. We're going to walk our hands back, extend the right leg, activate the right foot. If you wish to feel a little bit more, find length in your spine, hinge forward from the hips, keeping the right foot active. And then we're going to allow the toes, with the right foot active, allow the toes to drop over towards the right side. So a little bit more of an IT band stretch here. So you may feel it along the outer part of the right leg. And this is a little bit of a preparation here for our horizon lunge. All right, toes back to center. Walking yourself forward once again into your low lunge. We're going to make our way up and then we'll come down to do the other side. So curling the left toes under, sending the left foot forward into a forward fold. Releasing any tension you feel in the upper body. Maybe you shake out the head to release the neck. Maybe you sway side to side. All right, deep bend in the knees, and then let's send the right foot back behind you, dropping the right knee to the earth, low lunge. So same thing as the first side, find the four corners of the left foot, push the foot into the earth, push the top of the right foot into the earth, reaching the arms up towards the sky, and then imagine drawing the heel of the left foot and the knee of the right towards each other. So it's that almost like we squeeze our inner thigh sort of thing, a little bit different action. Nice and strong in the legs, softening the shoulders. All right, let's bring the hands to the earth. Find your blocks if you wish to use them. And then walking your hands back, extending the left leg, activate the left foot. To find more, lengthen the spine and hinge towards the left foot. All right, left foot stays active, allowing the toes to drop out towards the left side. All right, toes come back up to center. We're going to shift our weight forward into that low lunge. Same thing as before, curling the back toes under, lift the knee and step forward, forward fold. This time we're going to come up, arms out to the side, reverse swan dive up with a flat back into extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so taking a moment here to connect to the earth, find your roots. Roots of your feet, so four corners of the feet. Imagine your feet have roots and they're hooking into the soil. Squeeze the inner thighs, shoulders roll back and down the spine, crown of the head reaches high. This whole class, I'm going to notice everything I say, just so you know. Inhale, extended mountain, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Exhale, swan diving down into forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands come to shins or thighs, flat back. We're going to sit back. Exhale, sitting into your chair. So sitting the hips back, sending the shins back, and then lifting the heart forward. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right foot back behind us. So your choice, it could be warrior one, where the foot comes down, toes point up towards the top right corner of the mat, or high lunge up on the toes. Squeeze the inner thighs to rise. Find the four corners of that front foot and check the left knee is over the ankle in line with the second or third toe. Wow. Find your balance. All right, let's open up to warrior two. So right foot comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. We spin our hips towards the long edge of the mat. Warrior two. Find the four corners of the feet. All right, side angle. Left forearm comes to left thigh, right arm reaches up towards the sky, perhaps extended side angle, reaching the right arm, right hand forward, palm faces down. And then try not to collapse in on the left arm. Find a couple rounds of breath. All right, windmilling the arms up, warrior two. We're going to windmill the hands towards the front of the mat. Come up on the back toes and then step forward into forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, this time, if you wish, finding a back bend in your extended mountain. So still squeezing the inner thighs here. Inhale, arms reach up towards the sky. Maybe you allow the heart to be pulled up towards the sky like a string is pulling it up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale back into your chair. So where can you soften in this pose? Maybe it's relaxing the shoulders back and down the spine. On your exhale, forward fold. Left foot steps back, either warrior one, toes up, point up towards the top left corner of the mat, or high lunge. Wide stance here so that you can find balance. I laugh because I did not have that on the other side. Arms reach high. So we want to imagine that we're able to square the hips towards the front of the mat. May not happen. Kind of the direction where we want to aim for. All right, warrior two, left foot comes parallel to the short edge of the mat. Front heel maybe intersects with the middle of the back foot. From our warrior two, we're going to find a side angle. Right forearm to the thigh, left arm reaches up, maybe extended side angle by sending the left arm towards the front of the mat. Soften the left shoulder back and down the spine. Try not to collapse in on the right arm. Windmilling the arms back up into warrior two. Hands windmill down to frame that front foot. Left foot comes forward to meet the right. Forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse swan dive up, extended mountain. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right. Inhale, extended mountain. Maybe you find that back bend, squeeze the inner thighs, lift the heart. Exhale, forward fold. Right foot steps up, high lunge, steps up, steps back, high lunge or warrior one. All right, ready? We're gonna find a little bit of balance. So this is where our hand to big toe comes in, or a variation thereof. So you're gonna send the hands back behind you, shift your weight onto your left foot, step forward, and bring the right knee forward. If you need to, make a few steps to get up there, totally fine. Maybe you find a wall. So right knee is forward, we're activating the right foot. Maybe you hug the knee in towards your chest. Or you grab a hold of underneath the right leg. If it's in your body, peace fingers come to big toe. And we extend the leg long. Hand to big toe or hand to knee. Find a place to focus on that isn't moving. All right. Release the toe if you have it. Grab a hold of the knee. And then we're going to shift our weight so that we send the right foot back behind us, finding warrior two. Right foot parallel to the back of the mat. We're going to find a triangle, straightening the front leg, reaching with the left hand, almost like you're reaching across the table. And then left hand comes down. Maybe it's the thigh, the shin, a block, the earth. And we keep just a micro bend in that front knee. Imagine a wall behind you. So head, shoulders, hips come up against the wall. All right, bending into the front knee, come back to your warrior two. Not coming into half moon just yet. Let's windmill the hands down to frame the front foot. Right foot steps forward to meet the left. Forward fold. On your next inhale, reverse. Swan dive up into extended mountain. Maybe you find that back bend. And exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, flat back, forward fold. Can't remember if we did chair on the other side. Doesn't matter. Let's just step the left foot back, warrior one or high lunge. So again, we're going to shift our weight forward so that we can come into that hand to big toe or the variation. If you need to, you can come over to a wall instead. All right, so we're going to Send the arms back, shift the weight forward onto the right foot, lift the left knee. Find your variation here. Finding a place to focus on that isn't moving. Okay, release the toe if you have it. And then we're gonna send the left foot back behind us, find warrior two. Our triangle pose, straightening the front leg, reaching with the front hand. And then finding your variation of triangle. Couple more rounds of breath. And bending into the front knee, finding warrior two. All right, a little different. Windmilling the hands down to frame the front foot. We're gonna step both feet back behind us, come into tabletop, shift your weight forward and come down to the earth. Crocodile. So crocodile is a resting pose. We'll place our hands underneath the forehead. Feet come wide on the mat, maybe toes point out towards the sides. Allow this to be your moment to replenish, to find rest. So as we move through the next section of our class, I invite you to notice if you're holding on to any excess effort. Consider that trees that don't drop their leaves are more susceptible when the ice storms come early. So let go or be pulled down. All right, let's make our way back into our tabletop. Okay, so maybe it's downward dog, or maybe it's child's pose. So downward dog, cinching the hips up and back behind you, shoulders roll back and down the spine. Maybe you pedal out your feet. Wherever you are, making your way towards the top of your mat into a forward fold. And then reverse swan dive up, extended mountain. Maybe that back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so if you have blocks, finding blocks, placing them near the top of your mat. Two more poses to go to fit in. All right, mountain pose. Squeeze the inner thighs. Crown of the head reaches high. Remember, we want to let go of everything, any excess energy that we have as we move through this. And then again, we'll come back to rest. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. We're going to step the right foot back behind us and lower the right knee to the earth. Okay, so from here, this is where we're going to find our horizon lunge. Maybe you'd rather stay in a low lunge where you are right now, totally fine. Or horizon lunge. We walk the left foot over towards the left side of the mat and turn the toes out towards the left. Bringing both hands to the inside. We're going to make sure the right hand is under the right wrist. Come up on the back toes and then flip the right foot so that you're coming to the pinky toe edge. You may have to walk that left foot over a little bit more to the side. And then reaching the left arm up towards the sky. Maybe that right knee stays on the earth. So our left foot has made its way over to the left side, and we're on the pinky toe edge of the right foot. All right, left hand comes down to the earth, come down into tabletop, into child's pose. Take a moment to rest. Making your way back into your tabletop. All right, we're going to send the right foot forward, low lunge. We're not going to quite come to the other side just yet. Curling the back toes under, send the back foot towards the front, forward fold. Okay, inhale, reverse swan dive up, find your back bend. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the left foot back behind us. This time we're going to come into warrior two. So make sure your block is nearby. Warrior two. All right, we're going to reach forward, finding your block. The block comes forward and to the right. We shift our weight forward into our right foot, and then the left foot comes up off the earth. So you want to still keep the hips turned towards the long edge of the mat. Awesome. You may have to walk the block a little bit more forward. Doing good. All right, one more round of breath. And then bend into the right knee, send the right foot, left foot back behind you, warrior two. Windmilling the hands down to frame the front foot, and we're just gonna drop the left knee to the earth. All right, horizon lunge on the other side. So right foot walks over towards the right side of the mat. Maybe even like over more to the side rather than in the front. Turning the toes of that foot over towards the right side. Left hand is underneath the left shoulder. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is your horizon lunge, or perhaps you come up on the back toes, come to the pinky toe edge of the left foot. Maybe the right arm reaches high. Try not to collapse in on the left. One more round of breath. And then slowly making your way back into your tabletop, into child's pose. So any variation that feels good for you. Making your way into table. Stepping the left foot forward. Right foot follows into forward fold. And on your next inhale, reverse swan dive up. Maybe a back bend. Exhale, hands come to heart center. All right. Inhale, extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Let's step the right foot back behind us. Warrior two. All right, we're going to reach forward, find the block, reach forward, block comes forward and to the left. We shift our weight into the left foot. Right foot comes up off the earth. Try and spin the hips so that they're facing towards the long edge of the mat. Awesome. One more round of breath. Bending into the front knee, stepping the right foot back behind you, warrior two. We're going to windmill the hands to frame the front foot. We're going to step back into plank to tabletop. Shifting your weight forward, tuck the elbows, coming down. Let's find crocodile once again. Hands come underneath the forehead. Feet out to the sides. Connecting to your breath. In your own time, in your own way. Making your way onto your back. We're going to find a twist. So you can follow me, or if there's a different variation that you prefer to come into, please find that one. So if you're following me, knees are bent, feet are on the earth. Shifting the hips over towards the right side of the mat, keeping the feet and shoulders down, and the knees drop to the left. Arms are out to the side, palms face up, softening the right shoulder down towards the earth. Maybe you look to the right. Releasing any tension, especially in the jaw, around the eyes, in the shoulders, and in the hips. Notice anywhere you may be holding on to tension, and let go. Once this side feels complete to you, allowing the knees to come back to center, repositioning the back flat on the earth, and then finding the other side, hips shift to the left, knees drop to the right. See what you have released throughout your practice, as though you are a tree standing tall among a pile of dropped leaves. Turn inward and tap deeply. You already have what you need to get through whatever comes next. Once this side feels complete for you, finding any final resting shape, whether it's lying on the earth, could be legs, legs up the wall, maybe Shavasana, or maybe you'd prefer to be in a seated pose. And once you find your way there, let go of any tension. Letting go of anything you don't need. Smoothing out your breath. Maybe you find that equal part breath again. Right, so I'm going to read something for you. If it doesn't resonate with you, then please feel free to just allow my words to pass by. Now, as the leaves begin to fall and the weather gets cooler, Mother Nature begins preparing for a type of death. And we too may feel called to let things go. We may also feel a need to, quote, put things on ice, or to release our attachment to taking action and making decisions in order to see where things may flow on their own. The energies of our fall equinox allow us to experience equality and balance between light and dark. During this time, everything is in balance. There is no you and me, or this or that. Instead, there is just one planet, one world, and even one soul. As our home planet aligns in this perfect harmony and balance, we can feel into this idea and recognize that we are as much the tree as it is us. And we are as much our enemies or the people we admire as they are us. And we are all just an independent expression of the same soul. Besides feeling into the expression of oneness, the fall equinox also serves as a reminder to bring some balance into our lives and to take ownership of the direction we are heading in. After the fall equinox, nights become longer, bringing us into a period of darkness. It is a time to respect and appreciate the darkness because it is also necessary for growth. So there's nothing you need to do here except let go and relax. Slowly bringing your awareness back into your space. Noticing the earth beneath you, the air on your skin, and the sound of your breath. And bringing any movements into your body that you feel you need. And if you're lying on your back, in your own time, rolling over to one side, whichever side is calling for you. Slowly making your way up to seated, and once you get there, lowering or closing your eyes. Noticing your breath once again, the quality of your breath. See if you can even out your breath. The light in me sees and honors the light in each and every one of you. That light is a place of peace, love, and kindness. When you are in that place in you and I am in that place in me, there is no difference and no distance between us. Together we are the same. We are one. Thank you for joining me. Have a beautiful weekend.